driving full time, $1,000. You can even make more. You can even make more from Uber if you are driving full time. $1,000, you can even make more if you are driving. Uber is very, very profitable. But here's the thing: you must be very disciplined. Very, 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 very disciplined.
Alright guys, welcome back to another exciting video on the channel, guys. It's been back to back on this YouTube channel, and today we want to have a very short conversation. Super, how are you doing?
I'm good, bro.
How is it going?
It's
the
been
winter,
good, man.
how are you managing the winter?
Bro, it's just cold. And having 3 winter storms in a week, snowstorms in a week is just crazy.
Bro, like
tearing snow in the driveway before you move, and then I'm driving carefully because I'm seeing a lot of cars on the side because they skated off the road. It's crazy, man.
Bro, it's been like back to back for 4 winters for me, but then I've never seen this in Ontario for years.
It's crazy. Last year wasn't like this.
Yeah, last year wasn't like 2 years ago wasn't like this. But then, it is what it is. But today, I want us to have a conversation. People want to know. Last time I made a video and I was talking about doing Uber on the side and everything.
Yeah.
And then people want to know about this Uber, the whole Uber job as a side job or as a main job. And then as an Uber driver, I want us to have a conversation today. I've got my own experience, bro, but I want to get your perspective too as well. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so you've been doing this for let me say 2 months.
Yeah.
3 months. No, let's say 3 months.
Let's say 3 months.
Yes, averagely you've been doing this for 3 months.
Yeah,
and then,
that's right.
so we want to know from you the whole Uber business. Is it a good business?
Well, I would say it depends on what you term as a good business.
Okay, so before that, let's look at some of the requirements to get into the Uber business.
Before you get into the Uber business, the first thing is you must have a license.
All right, so let's stay on the license. On the license. I know there are 3 different kinds of licenses. We have the beginners G1, we have the G2, and then the G. Yeah. So which one qualifies you to do the Uber?
If you have a G2, you can do Uber. But then with G2, you can only do Uber deliveries. That's shopping and delivering, and then delivering foods like Uber Eats.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So with a G2, you can only do Uber Eats
or shop and deliver.
Or shopping
orders in the
in
the mats and then delivering to the customers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But what kind of cars can you use for the Uber Eats, the delivering? Do you need a Porsche car? Do you need a new car?
Oh no. So that's one thing I advise people. If you think you are only going to do Uber Eats deliveries, I'll not advise you to go for any Porsche car. You can look for any car as old as it is, like 2009, 2008, whatever. Once you can verify it, you can take it to vehicle inspection and they'll clear it as a safe car to drive. Then of course you can use it to do you don't even need a Porsche car. But if you want to do right, that's I think a different conversation that I would have to go to.
All right, so now let's talk about the rides. You need can you use a G2 for the rides?
You can be approved on a G2 because
you need a G.
You need a straight G.
Okay, so let's say I come into Canada. I've been driving from Ghana for the past 5 years, and I want to do Uber. Can I just get the G straightforward? It takes a process. Can you walk me through the process of getting your G?
Oh yeah, of course, obviously. Yeah. So the first thing is you need to get a G1. A G1 is like a theory test. Where that one, every single person that enters Canada needs to write. Whether you've been driving for the last 10 years or you are a bus conductor, whatever it is, you've been driving you have to take the theory test. The theory test is rules. Because every country, every province, even over here, every province has their own rules. So you have to know the rules of
the rules of driving, the rules of the road.
Exactly, the rules of the road, exactly. And then you have to know some signs.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, because to get on the road, you and I know that driving on this road is actually
not easy.
There are a lot of road signs. You have to know all these road signs. So the first thing you have to do is you have to take the theory test, which gives you a G1.
A G1. Okay.
Exactly,
so
when you pass.
G1.
Exactly. It's a 40 objective question, 20 rules, and then 20 signs. Okay. So you have to pass 16 each. 16 rules, 16 what's it called?
Just go straight.
Yeah, exactly.
The road signs and then
Yeah.
yeah. So 16 you pass it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
16, yeah, exactly.
And then what's next?
And so after you get that, then you can get an abstract from back home. So
Okay,
before you come,
so that is very important.
very,
That is
very important.
Okay, so it means if you're coming from Ghana or wherever you're coming from, Nigeria, wherever, you need to bring a proof.
Yeah.
You need to bring a proof that you've been driving back home,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
talk a bit about that proof, that letter, and then
Exactly. So that proof, it's two documents actually. The license itself from your back home, your home country,
Okay.
the license that you possessed as a driver,
Yeah.
okay, and then an abstract. This abstract that we are talking about, because you say you have driving experience you've been driving for a number of years. The abstract should reflect at least 3 years of you driving, your driving experience. Okay, you should have
Are you following?
exactly 3 years driving experience, minimum of 3 years driving experience. Abstract. Okay, so these two documents, that's what you need. So after you successfully pass your G1, you take these two documents, or even before you take the G1, you can carry these two documents along.
Okay.
Exactly, so that you can take the test.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, they can add it as part of your documents. So once you pass, directly you can book for the G. Then you don't have to go take any G2. You just book the G and then you are gone.
So when you get your G license, that is the full and then the final license, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's
To drive a normal car.
Yes.
Okay. So now I've gone through all this process and now I have my G license. I don't really have money to buy the kind of car that I need for the Uber, because I know with the Uber you need like a certain standard of car, especially if you want to drive in a GTE, right?
Exactly.
Yes. I don't have the money to get that kind of car. As a student, a worker, how am I able to get that car? What is the process? Is there any arrangement with Uber or with any agency to get me a car?
Yeah. So there are a lot of dealerships over here. Over here, it's not difficult to get.
When you say a dealership, what is a dealership?
A dealership, we are talking about these big car companies.
Okay.
Exactly.
So like Toyota,
Ford,
Kia,
Escalade, Honda.
Okay.
Yeah, these are dealerships we are talking about. So we have a lot of them over here. So
Yeah.
what you need is your license first. Before you get a car, you must get a license. Before you go to the dealership that you need a car, you must get a license.
Okay.
Then again, you must get what's it called? Bank statements, pay stubs. Sorry, yeah, pay stubs. Yeah, that's
okay.
Exactly.
So it means if you visitor, you're not working, so you can't even try anything like that.
No.
But for a visitor, can you get your driver's license?
Of course, as a visitor, you are entitled. You can get your driver's license.
Okay, so if you're a visitor, you're visiting Canada, you can still get your driver's license, but you can't go for a car because you don't have pay stubs and you're not working.
No.
Yes.
No, they're not gonna do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you must show your pay stubs.
Okay.
And then the one very important thing is your credit history.
Yes.
Your credit history. So you must have.
But how do you get a credit history?
So one thing is, once you enter the country, you create a bank account. Your credit report starts.
Okay, so
Your
you need a credit card.
Exactly. You just need a credit card. You must get a credit card from the bank.
Okay.
Then
how many credit cards can you get?
as many as you can.
Okay.
As many as you can, depending on how your credit utilization and then how good your credit is.
We'll make a full video on credit utilization and credit issue and all that.
Yeah.
But first, let's continue from where we
exactly. So they'll check your credit report.
Okay.
And then see. So with these 3 documents, you can actually get a car.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. You get a car.
Yeah, these 3 documents, you can actually get a car.
So now I get my license. I go to a dealership with a good pay stub and then the report.
Yeah.
And they get me a car. How do I get onto Uber and then start making money?
Exactly. So the first thing you have to do is you have to download the Uber drivers app.
Okay.
And then there are a lot of documents that you need to upload. First thing is you have to get a proof of work or your eligibility to work in Canada. You must be eligible to work. So you have to have a document stating or showing that you are eligible to work here in Canada, and your license must be uploaded. You must get you must put in your vehicle details. That's your vehicle insurance, your vehicle what's it called,
inspection
certificate, your vehicle ownership, everything. Exactly. You have to upload all of those documents. Then you wait. You after you submitted these documents, they'll send you an email to do a background check. So over here, it's not easy like that. You just enter. You want to do no.
It means if you have a criminal record, you can't be an Uber driver.
Never.
Wow.
The background check, you just submit your details. They'll run a background check on the back.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll run a background check from behind. You not have to do anything. Just submit your details, and then they'll inquire, or they'll look through your documents and look through your background and see if you have been convicted before, you've had any criminal down, you can drive Uber. Or even if you've driven before and then you have demerit points, it will be very difficult for them to sign you on to the exactly. So with these documents, once you are done and then you are cleared of your background check and everything, you can just go online, submit your payment information, and then that's it.
That's it. So you can automatically Uber driver. You put it on and you get right.
That's it.
Now let's talk about the Uber business. Is it profitable? Someone is asking, if I want to take 4 hours of my daily activities and then use it for Uber, am I going to make enough to, let's say, pay for the car and then buy gas and all of that? Is it something I can make money from? Someone is also asking that if you want to stop working and just be doing Uber full time, can you share a bit? Can you share information on that?
Yeah, so I'll start with the person who wants to do Uber and then pay for their car. And yes, with the 4 hours, 5 hours, of course, obviously, if you want to do active 4 hours, 5 hours, you are not going to joke, and then you be online picking rides, even if it's deliveries, you'll be able to make it and pay your car and then buy gas and maybe even get something later. You understand? But leaving your job full time and doing Uber full time, to be very honest, is a very, very bold step to take. I'm not saying Uber is not profitable. Uber is very, very profitable. But here's the thing, you must be very disciplined. Very, 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 very disciplined if you want to leave your job. Because the reason I'm saying is that this one, you are self-employed now. You choose the time you want to work. You choose the time you want to relax. Yeah. So if you are not careful and you are not disciplined, like some of us, you'll be forced to be home, and at the end of the day, you will not make enough. Yeah. Exactly. But if you want to stay disciplined to the work and then leave your job, of course, you can make money out of Uber, to be very honest. Yeah, but if you are not disciplined, I don't think it's for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you make $1,000 in a week if you are driving full time?
If you are driving full time, $1,000, you can even make more. You can even make more from Uber if you are driving full time. $1,000, you can even make more if you are driving full time. You just have to be disciplined. And then one thing I tell people is, when you are doing the Uber or whatever you are doing, just set a target for yourself. Okay. You understand? You don't say, oh, I'm tired, so I'm going to sleep. No. Nah, that's not how it works. I set a target that, okay, today I have to make $250. Okay. No matter what it is, I must make that money before I go to sleep. Okay. That's it. But if I'm going to just relent and say, oh, I'm tired, so I'm going to bed, of course I'll be making, but I'll not make enough.
No retreat, no surrender.
Exactly. You just have to go all in. If you really want to make it out of Uber, you have to go all out. You understand? Exactly. You can be in the house and say, oh, Charlie, today I don't feel like doing Uber, or I'm doing today, I just made $100. No, set a target. Tell yourself, okay, this week I have to make $1,200. So however you make that $1,200 within the week, I could understand that maybe they are not, today might not go very well as another day, but make sure that maybe the next day will fit into what today couldn't achieve. You couldn't achieve today. Yeah. Exactly.
Can you share some hotspots where if you're doing Uber in the GTA, you can always go and you get good rides. Yeah,
to be very honest, for rides downtown Toronto, Etobicoke, North York, that Toronto area. And then one thing I forgot to add. To be eligible to even drive in the Toronto area, Toronto, North York, and where you get most of the rides, you must get what we call the private transportation certificate. That's the PTC.
Oh, okay. PTC.
Yes, exactly. You must take an alert driving. Is a course material that you buy online and you study and then you take the exams and then you can just when you pass you just upload the certificate and then you'll be given a license card for which will allow you to take rides in Toronto. In Toronto, North York. But if you don't have that, you can take rides in the other cities like Mississauga, Brampton, and Oakville, Burlington. Yeah, those one. But to drive in Toronto, North York, Etobicoke, where you get most rides, you can't do that over there because you don't have the PTC. Yeah, so like I'm saying, before I entered the PTC conversation, I was talking about these places as hotspots. And if you want to do deliveries and make money out of it,
from your experience.
From my experience, I would say Oakville, Burlington, between the hours of 5 p.m. to like 10 p.m. For someone that wants to do just 5 hours every day, like don't work all day, just go to Oakville 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oakville, Burlington. I know it's very far from where most of us live, but then for some of us we are very close to that place. So if you want to do deliveries, Uber Eats deliveries from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oakville, Burlington is the best place to be.
Wow. Oh, it's been a very interesting conversation with you. I mean, within less than 20 minutes, you've been able to share a lot of insights on this Uber job. So thank you very much, Emmanuel.
No problem.
If you want to do Uber, don't skip this video. Watch this video to the end. And I mean, thank you all for always coming back to like this video, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.